move on to Eden Park. Pretty fired up about this one.
Yeah, great game.
Blues Chiefs. What are your first thoughts when you saw the odds here? Paul, Blues opened up as $1.65, $1.57 favourites. I think they were sort of.
I think it's pretty much where it should be. I think the bookies have got this one pretty much on the money here. The Blues should be walking into this with a win under their belt. They haven't, but if you look at the bulk of that game against the Hurricanes, they were by far and away the best team. Obviously, the Chiefs will provide a different sort of opposition, but I still think the Blues showed enough in that game, and they'll be able to build on that. I thought the back line was solid. I thought RTS will be better for that game, and he'll have a bit of a matchup there in the midfield. But I just think the Blues, the forward pack just was so impressive. And I think that they, even if they just get parity with that Chiefs pack, that'll be enough for this Blues team to win. So I know the Chiefs are getting some All Black. Sam Cane's back. The young fella Lord.
Mm-hmm.
They got
Yeah, they've got 3 All Black locks in their pack, which is starting pack.
one playing blindside.
Yeah, 2 providers playing blindside.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no Brody Retallick at second 5 experiment this week, but I've still got my fingers crossed. We'll see that before the end of the season.
I'm sure we'll see another offload from Brody.
Oh, yeah. No Anton Leonard-Brown in the starting team, though. He is named in the 23 jersey, though, so should get a run later on. So I think that the key battle, Richard's going to be that the 2 packs, right? We saw the Blues pack was very impressive for the first hour or so on Saturday night. The Chiefs pack was as advertised in their win over the Highlanders in week 1. How do you see that one playing out? Can the Blues get parity with the Chiefs up front?
I think they can. They definitely. I didn't have very high expectations of the Blues full pack, and obviously their backline's very flashy, but I thought they played great. Dalton Papali comes back this week. I thought Josh Goodhue was freaking huge. He was just one of the best in the park last week. Even Romano, bringing the dad bod. Really, really enjoyed that. Could sort of agree. Yeah, good. What's the word I'm looking for? I feel like he's just someone who you can really like, really relatable for me. So they can bring it, but they'll have to. They'll need another big sort of game from the likes of sort of Goodhue and Romano. Eklund was great as well. I thought he had a really good game, one of his best games, and probably in the Blues jersey. Tutu was. He didn't have his best game, but it wasn't bad. So and might be just with that sort of top sort of back row there might bring the best out of him. So I think we're in for an absolute incredible battle of these forwards, and it'll be whether the sort of Chiefs back line can keep up with the Blues. I'd probably still give the advantage to the Chiefs and the forwards. I think they were really good in that Highlanders game, and they really just shut the Highlanders down. But it could be a bit more of a.
And we saw the Highlanders weren't far off the pace, at least for the first 50 minutes or so against the Crusaders. So in hindsight, I think that Chiefs' performance in week 1 does look better now after seeing the Crusaders maybe struggle to get such a foothold against the Highlanders.
I think
so I'll probably be fighting with. Yeah, I think the line's probably about right. I think the Blues, as Paul said, should have won last week, and but just getting that 3.5, 3.5 or 2.5? Yeah, 3.5. Yeah, I think I'll be siding with the Chiefs there, with the visitors.
Do you have something else to share there, Paul?
Well, I think in terms of the Crusaders, I don't think they've got out of second gear yet this season. They just sort of, just sort of cruised through games at times, and then got a wee bit of magic from a Will Jordan or a Sevu Reece. So
I think they kind of had to put their foot down a little bit there. Maybe it was the 30-minute mark. We actually had the Highlanders as favourites in the live betting, and they were down double digits. And you sort of Sevu Reece and
and then
in particular actually were like, oh, maybe we need to start playing like the Crusaders here.
Yes, and then they stepped it up for 10, 15 minutes, something like that, and then they just started cruising again. So I don't know if they're doing that on purpose, like to get through the whole season, but I don't think we've seen them at their very, very best yet. They've just, I don't know if it's by plan or just that's how the games have gone for them. But yeah, watch out when they do get everything right, whoever they're playing will get an absolute smashing. So
Richie Moonga and Jack Goodhue still haven't played a minute between them either. Ethan Blackadder as well. This will be so, plenty of tip. But we're not talking about the Crusaders, and we've got
yeah, sorry about that.
Classic Crusaders bias from Paul Moati.
Yeah, unbelievable. Is it crazy for Crusaders fans to see Luke Romano in a Blues jersey?
You'd imagine so, yeah.
They've had enough locks for a long enough time. It's about time they started sharing some of them.
It did look very bizarre.
Yeah.
As an ex-Crusaders fan, who was a Crusaders fan when Romano started his career there.
How was seeing RTS in the Blues jersey? Was it?
Oh, it was
pretty jarring.
It was pretty jarring. Yeah. Like I actually said to my partner, I'm pretty sad watching this. But then, watching him play so well, I'm looking forward to seeing him play for the All Blacks. But yeah, it would have been nice to see him playing in the Hurricanes midfield or something. Do you think that having that week off for the Chiefs is going to benefit them, or?
I don't think it'll hurt. It's different to like the Blues situation where they were coming in cold.
Yeah, cold.
After,
yeah.
Like they've had a game under their belt. They can see how their game plan and a few of their players looked in a proper Super Rugby environment. Yeah, I think get a bit of like guys like Brody who hadn't played a lot of competitive rugby recently, or Super Rugby at least.
Yeah.
He obviously hit the ground running. I think he's only going to go strength to strength. Yeah, Josh Ioane's another one they got into the fold. They got used to. So yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think the Blues obviously they're gonna I don't know, they're gonna come flying out of the gates, but they came flying out of the gates last week and couldn't hold on. So like you look at the depth on the Chiefs bench as well. Bradley Slater is a quality hooker, Angus Ta'avau and Ngātaua Koi both very solid. Kalen Boshier is another one, and then you've got Leonard Brown and Xavier Rowe. Leonard Brown, obviously world class midfielder. Xavier Rowe has been really impressive for me. So yeah, I could see. I don't like Bowden Barrett coming off the bench for the Blues. Obviously helps, but yeah, I'm certainly leaning because I just think the Chiefs pack is better, and I think they will. Like the Blues, it's a whole different story this week for the Blues. I reckon. I think they're going to struggle to get that same foot. We just saw like the Chiefs pack kept the Highlanders at arm's length. They were like, no. Not get into this game, and I think we could see a lesser extent the same thing. I think the Blues will have their moments, but I could see the Chiefs dominating the game set piece wise as well. I think maybe they'll have a bit of joy. So yeah, I'm definitely on the +3.5 here. Interesting as well. We've got to keep coming back to RTS because that's the rules when you talk about rugby in New Zealand at the moment. But I think Quinn Tupaea is a very interesting matchup for him. Really excited to see how that goes. Obviously, Tupaea had a strong 2021 campaign, really physical, strong ball runner. I imagine he's going to make a beeline for because they're going to be competing for an All Black midfield spot maybe with a sort of
the
there. So yeah, very, very interesting. How do you see that one playing out, Paul?
I really don't know. I'm just wondering about ALB. Is he not 100% at the moment? Is that why
they've got All Black minute restriction things, don't they? And like he didn't play against the Highlanders, so maybe they just wanted to ease him in.
Okay.
He has had a few injuries in his time as well, so don't want to overdo it too early.
Good to see Bodie back on the bench for the Blues though after all that concussion chat. Like if that was an injury that had lingered into March or April, we would have been
started worrying,
a bit concerned, right? So hopefully he can come through the game unscathed.